The fact that the average American spends over 4 hours a day watching television is both a straightforward statistic and a profound insight into modern life, revealing much about contemporary habits, culture, and priorities. At first glance, 4 hours might seem like a reasonable amount of time, a typical way to unwind after a day of work or school. However, when we consider what those hours mean in the context of a day, a week, a month, or even a year, this simple fact begins to reveal a complex story about how we allocate our time, the role of media in our lives, and the underlying motivations that drive us to tune into screens so frequently. To begin with, the sheer scale of this statistic is staggering when you break it down. 4 hours a day amounts to 28 hours a week, effectively turning into a part-time job dedicated to television viewing. In a month, this adds up to approximately 120 hours, and over the course of a year, it becomes over 1,400 hours, equivalent to more than 58 full days. When you think about it, spending nearly 2 months of each year in front of a television is a significant portion of one's life. Given that the average adult only has around 16 waking hours in a day, dedicating a quarter of that time to television speaks volumes about our media consumption habits. This level of engagement with TV can affect not only how we spend our time but also how we interact with the world, perceive information, and shape our values. Television, in many ways, has become a mainstay of American culture since its rise in the mid-20th century. It has evolved from a luxury item to a household essential, a fixture in nearly every living room across the country. With hundreds of channels, streaming services, and on-demand options available, television has transformed from a simple form of entertainment into a highly personalized experience that can be accessed at any time, day or night. This convenience and abundance of choice allow viewers to watch whatever they like, whenever they like, which has likely contributed to the high amount of time spent watching television. No longer limited by schedules or reruns, viewers can curate their own viewing experience, selecting from a vast array of genres, topics, and interests. However, this freedom comes with a paradox. While viewers have more choices than ever before, the sheer amount of content available can lead to prolonged viewing sessions, with one episode or show flowing seamlessly into the next. Beyond the convenience factor, television also provides a form of escape from the demands and stresses of daily life. For many people, turning on the TV is a way to decompress after a long day, to shut out the noise of the world and immerse themselves in a different reality. This need for escapism is natural, and television offers an accessible and effortless way to satisfy it. From dramas that allow viewers to experience the lives of fictional characters to reality shows that bring the extraordinary or absurd into one's living room, television creates a sense of detachment from one's own concerns. Even watching news or documentaries, while informative, offers a form of distraction, allowing viewers to focus on events or stories that do not directly impact their immediate lives. For many, those 4 hours are a respite from the day's responsibilities, an opportunity to relax, unwind, and take a mental break. However, the amount of time spent watching television also raises questions about how we prioritize our lives and make use of our free time. 4 hours a day spent in front of a screen is 4 hours not spent on other activities, such as socializing, exercising, reading, learning a new skill, or even simply engaging in quiet reflection. When we consider that most people have only a limited amount of free time outside of work, family responsibilities, and household chores, dedicating such a substantial portion of it to television suggests that this medium has an unparalleled hold on our attention and our routines. It prompts us to ask whether these hours spent watching television truly enrich our lives or whether they are spent passively, without deliberate intention or purpose. In examining the broader implications, we also have to consider the role television plays in shaping public opinion, social norms, and even personal identity. Through television, people are exposed to cultural narratives, societal expectations, and representations of different lifestyles, relationships, and values. Television often serves as a cultural mirror, reflecting and shaping societal attitudes. From sitcoms that portray idealized family dynamics to dramas that explore complex social issues, television has the power to influence how people view the world and understand their place within it. For instance, the way news is reported on television can shape public perceptions of events, influencing opinions and attitudes toward current issues. Similarly, the types of characters and storylines that viewers are exposed to can subtly impact their own aspirations, expectations, and beliefs about themselves and others. Furthermore, the average American's daily television consumption also brings to light the effects of media on mental and physical well-being. Studies have shown that prolonged television watching, especially if it replaces physical activity or social interaction, can have adverse health effects. Physically, sitting for extended periods can contribute to a sedentary lifestyle, which is linked to various health issues, including obesity, heart disease, and diabetes. Mentally, excessive television viewing has been associated with increased feelings of isolation, anxiety, and even depression, particularly if television becomes a substitute for meaningful social interactions. This is not to say that television itself is harmful, but rather that spending such a large amount of time in front of a screen may come at the cost of other activities that support a balanced, healthy lifestyle. The influence of television on cognitive development and attention span is another area worth considering, especially given the immersive nature of modern television programming and the prevalence of binge-watching. With entire seasons of shows available at once, viewers can watch hours of content in a single sitting, a phenomenon that was virtually unheard of before the rise of streaming platforms. This shift toward binge-watching has sparked discussions about how such viewing patterns impact our ability to focus, process information, and maintain attention over time. Binge-watching encourages a continuous, almost addictive form of consumption, which can make it difficult to stop once one begins. This can create a feedback loop where viewers keep watching longer than they initially intended, thereby increasing their daily screen time even more. On a larger scale, the statistic also reflects how deeply television has embedded itself into the fabric of American society. Unlike other forms of media that may require more active engagement, television is primarily a passive experience. This passivity, while relaxing, can lead to a certain level of detachment or complacency, as viewers consume content without necessarily questioning or analyzing it. Television, by design, is easy to consume, making it a default activity when people are tired, bored, or simply seeking something to fill their time. This ease of access, combined with the endless availability of content, has positioned television as a constant companion in American households, an activity that does not require much effort but still fills the hours. In the end, the fact that the average American spends over 4 hours a day watching television is not just a statistic. It is a reflection of cultural values, technological convenience, and the inherent human desire for connection, entertainment, and escape. It speaks to how society has adapted to a world where screens are ever present and how individuals navigate their daily lives within that context. While this level of engagement with television may provide enjoyment and relaxation, it also invites us to think about how we might balance screen time with other activities that offer growth, connection, and personal fulfillment. Each hour spent in front of the television is a choice, a small decision that accumulates over time, shaping how we experience the world and, ultimately, the lives we lead. This fact serves as a mirror, reflecting both the possibilities and limitations of modern life, and offers an opportunity for introspection on how we each choose to spend the precious hours of our days.